What's up, Ninja Nation? How are you doing? You ready for another episode of ManBeardia Volume 2? Alright. Here we go! Apollo smiled and said to him, "You were fantastic." I feel like the bearded gods are very pleased with you. You really think so? Beard kissed his hand and then raised it to the sky and made a fist. And pounded his chest. I love you, man. May you always have your guitar of life tuned and rock out forever. So now that you're okay, Beardy and Bro, you trying to help me take Guest's body to the castle? He's heavier than he looks. The king put a hard excuse me. The king put a hand out to help Beard up. Beard took his hand. Yeah, I got you, bro. The air gently blew as a massive king cobra slithered across the ground to the king. The king raised his head and allowed the air to gently brush his beard. The king cobra transformed into a beautiful blonde-haired curly broad with leopard print fur undercurrents. She hugged the king from behind. I love when you two fuse, my king. She kissed his cheek, then slowly ran her fingers through his beard. It's so soft, my queen. He rubbed his head gently against hers, and placed a ginger kiss on her cheek. She looked at the unconscious fallen angel. Shall I end him with my venom? I could amplify my venom 1,000-fold to make sure he never rises again. No, baby, that won't be necessary. But I do have a task for you. We're gonna do something special for our guests. Later, Lucifer awoke. Ah, vision is blurry. The ground felt gritty and irritating. He sat up and brushed his face off. Sand? Where am I? A beach? Why can't I see shit? It's like double vision, like crazy. A figure stood over him, but he couldn't make out the face. Apologies, guest. It's a handicap you'll have to overcome. A special kind of venom my wife mixed up and applied to your bloodstream. Page 31. Lucifer tried to focus on the figure who was talking, but the more he attempted to focus, the more double vision hurt his head. He had vertigo so bad, there was no way he could stand up. You drugged me? Satan said, shocked. Yes. Don't try and willpower yourself over the venom, because it will match your strength. Why? You are a very tasteless fighter, and we are going to fight on the same level. Oh, excuse me. Then, excuse me. Then Satan remembered where he was. Are you the bro king of ManBeardian bro jitsu? I am. Damn. I was hoping this was just a lucid dream. Satan laughed a snicker. Handicapping your unconscious opponent. Not very honorable sportsmanlike of you. You are the last person who has the right to talk about honor or sportsmanship. You nearly killed Beardian Bohemian Bro, Mr. Raiden Lee. Huh. Yeah, I guess that's fair, Satan said acknowledgingly. You have a bit of anger issues, Mr. Lee. Maybe if you can't see well, maybe that'll humble you. Plus, I'm told you're a demigod of some sort, so the handicap should just be a learning curve. The king stated. Do I at least have the pleasure of knowing where I'm at in the battle rules? I suppose I can grant you that much. You're in my palace's Colosseum, and it's specifically designed to limit any special abilities or powers. That may give you an unfair advantage. You will be limited to what you can do, and forces you can draw from. So in other words, no magic. As far as winning anything goes, lethal or non-lethal, that's in your grasp. Or, if you can, throwing me out of the dirt ring. But I warn you, any illegal moves, you try to cheat, and you will be electrocuted. Fun. Bruce Bracy rolled his eyes and continued. If you tap the ground or tap my body, you submitted. Announce you are weaker than me, and I will stop the beating. I will watch your style and counter with proper jujitsu attack. With the proper jujitsu attack. We will keep at it till either submits or is deemed unable to continue, the king stated. Beings, you want to act like a feral dog without manners, then you are going to be treated like a disobedient animal. You have been fitted with an electric collar. Satan felt his neck. A creature's skin was felt under his fingertips, and it moved as if it didn't like his touch. It is a rare species of centipede found only on ManBeardia, called a centazeus. When it's frightened, it puts off a nasty level shock. Till it's calmed down. Lucky for you, that's just an infant. I also took the pleasure of outfitting the centazeus with a collar, so that I can control its emotions on and off at the whim of my mercy, the king said, funneling a remote control. This seems a little more than a handicap, more like a grudge against burning your beard, don't you think? Satan complained. The king smiled. Mr. Lee, I'm told you are a betting man. Would you care to make a wager? Lucifer's ears perked up. A wager? Like a deal? Oh, look how cute he is. Look at him. How alert you are now, like a dog who just got offered a treat. Apollo teased, leaning against a marble pillar, watching from the corner. Shut up, Apollo! I can't see you, but I know your stupid voice. Aw, you're so cute when you're angry. Mr. Lee, focus, please. I'll take that as a yes. You very much are a betting man. What is the wager? Do I have any weight in my option, or in my opinion? Or is it a kind of do what I say or I'll kill you type? Because that's an ultimatum, not a deal. A hard chuckle emitted from the audience. It bounced off the Colosseum walls, coming back to the pit 1,000 times louder. The king smiled. You are a funny-spirited individual. Where do you hail again? Apollo answered for him. Earth, your grace. He hails from Earth. Excuse me. I can speak for myself, you stupid thought. The Centaurus flinched, and 100,000 volts coursed through Lucifer's body, and he was thrown back. Page 32. Okay. Gah! It flinched again, and Satan's body ragdolled around the fighting sandpit. Oh dear, I am terribly sorry. I forgot to mention, the infants of these species have extremely sensitive ears. You might want to keep your voice down to a dull roar. If it shocks you on your own, it will short-circuit the collar and call out to its mother. And an adult Centaurus isn't an everybody problem, not just a you problem. An angry adult Centaurus is not in my desired problems today. You just want to see him get tased. I know I did. Apollo smiled. Apollo, please, contain yourself. I'm trying to be professional and brooding. I can't do that if you make me laugh. We 100% want to avoid the adults. Apollo became serious. Yeah, you're right. Those are quite problemsome. An animalistic growl towards the infant Centaurus. The Centaurus squiggled uncomfortably with the threat roar vibrations. It didn't like the way it felt. Looks like he has his own fight right now, Apollo. Jesus God! He angrily flailed around. A moment of recovery, and then Satan sat up and reached one knee. Yes, fine. I agree to your terms. But first, the Centaurus gulped. Come here, you little bastard. He grabbed the Centaurus by its head and slowly pried it off his neck. Ah! He stood up. More strength was slowly being applied. It tightened its body, trying to resist. No, it's happening. I haven't gotten into the fight yet, and you done shocked me 3 times. I'll be handicapped a different way. It tried to reattach. Gah! Gah! He squeezed its little head and yanked forward. It yelped in pain as it wasn't used to moving at such high speeds and velocity. Now, in complete fear mode, it gave off its strongest charge, 120 million volt discharge. Gah! The charge threw Satan into an animalistic rage. He flipped the bug into the air and caught it by its tail. He then started viciously smashing it on the ground. Stop shocking me! He brought it up to his nose, and Lucifer sniffed for a pulse. It was dizzy, but shook it off and gave Lucifer an angry look and sent off another charge. Now Lucifer was completely operating in the spirit realm. It was the only tactic his body knew to avoid the insurmountable pain this damn bug was causing him. It was a tactic Satan learned called spirit walking in this Earth's history of trial of tears. He mastered this technique to the point where his body jumped into the spirit realm. As soon as he felt enough pain to where his blackened soul felt threatened. But somehow this damned bug was able to push some of that godforsaken pulsing lightning into the spirit realm. Little did Satan know, ManBeardia's spirit realm was shallow and not very big. The Vikings never died, so there was no need for the planet to house a large spirit realm. Animals that died just returned to the earth and were reborn as eggs atop flowers called Brovilian fatties. And to add to insult to injury, all this pain and being bested by an infant, a freaking baby of its species. This place thought that he was just a pure joke. All this pissed him off even more. You know, I was going to throw you on the ground and curb stomp you out of your misery. There it was, the sense of power, the feeling of being on top dog, the sadistic pleasure he got from being a huge bully, knowing he held this little peasant of a bug's life in his hands. A evil smile rose up on his face, and the air changed ominous. Oh God, that monster's gonna kill that little Zentazeus. The bearded bro, who was the royal bedsetter, shouted in horror as his beard licked red spaghetti sauce off his furry lips. Something has got to be done, one of the ladies said as she munched down on some chicken cordon bleu, sauced with broccoli bites. I gotta stop him before it's too late. Page 33. Time to die, little one. It squeaked the word, mercy. Unable to pull away from its gaze from Lucifer's death glare. I'm going to eat your soul now. Power tripping so hard he forgot about the Viking, ManBeardia, Apollo, and the challenge. Only thing that mattered was his sweet, honey-dipped, chocolate-covered sprinkled revenge. Him and this damn lightning bug. He let out a psychopathic laugh. The Zentazeus, now far too scared to shock anymore, it was utterly petrified. It began to cry. Ma! 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 The king stepped forward. Satan opened his mouth and started to suck the life energy out of the Zentazeus. Apollo placed his hand on the king's chest. Why stop me? Apollo smiled and quietly pointed up. Let him have his moment. The Bro King followed his finger. Oh. Alright. Ninja Nation. Oh, we only had... You know what? Never mind. We'll keep going. That's a good place to stop, though. Yeah, that's a good place to stop, though. Oh. Page 33. Alright, Ninja Nation. You have a great day. Enjoy your day today. Excuse me, your evening. And come back next time. On ManBeardia, Vikings before time.